Бажаю міцного 10 квітня 25 року, часу на довгі каскування нема. Але два питання хочу прокоментувати. Супереч розгону у пресі, ні у яке командування СБС Мадяр не йде. У небі на фронті є чим займатися, а лінію дронів нам ще розвивати та розвивати. Не тиражуйте маячні. Друге, за йобликів. 875 відмітка закритих станом на 10 квітня. Тому, як обіцяв, готуйте попкорн 12 квітня. Покажу вам 1000 хробаків в одному випуску улюбленого вами серіалу Просвітницького проєкту 13 йобликів. Промисловий об'єм детоксикації. А поки дивіться сюжет United 24 про пілотів птахів Мадяра, винищувачів, що в небі долблять безпілотники типу ланцет, зала, суперкам і іншу нечисть, що допомагає ворогу коригувати вогонь, вишковувати цілі, носити ретранслятори, таке інше. Саме такі винищувачі, на які на 100 одиниць у березні ви збирали кошти для птахів Мадяра. Буде там у тому сюжеті і ось цей Мерлін ВР, що наді мною зараз під стелею висить. Ймовірно, один вцілілий з всіх тих 18 знищених за час війни, за офіційною інформацією, котрий був збитий нашими пілотами і парканувся неушкоджений. Ось саме в тому сюжеті і побачите, як то працює. Сюжет знятий деякий час тому ніякої конфіденційної інформації в собі не несе. А козаки продовжують працювати на нових напрямках, про що я вам регулярно звітую. Та й таке, тихої та спокійної, очі та жало, хробачий жах.
По команді. 1, 2, 3. Або полювання, або рибалку в яких моментах.
Merlin, Russian, Experimental, UAV.
Ми її збили на висоті 3600 чимось метрів. Це бувало 2, бувало 3 навіть збиття в день. Бувають дні, коли ти приходиш без здобичі, колись набереш повний сачок. Акуна матата. По команді. 1, 2, 3.
So we have been preparing this project for quite a while, and I'm very glad that all the stars have finally aligned and we're here. Basically, we're going to film these guys from the Birds of Magyar shooting down Russian drones with the Ukrainian anti-aircraft drone. So let's hope this baby finds the target. The topic of the anti-aircraft drones is definitely not new, but it is still being kept as a secret. Today we're going to change that a little bit and show you the inside look on how the crews operate such products, the Ukrainian Chaklun anti-aircraft drone, how it's being applied on the battlefield, along with the whole cycle of this product. So later in the video, we are going to visit the production site. In 2024, Ukraine felt the strength of Russian aerial reconnaissance. Drones equipped with cameras could penetrate deep behind the front lines with impunity, guiding missile and ballistic strikes on military facilities, training grounds, and more. That was when it became clear something had to be done. This drone team stands at the very origins of the anti-aircraft drone concept.
For a while, we couldn't operate. We'd take up position and sit in cover, but an Orlan or Supercam would be circling above, preventing us from leaving the dugout. We spent a long time figuring out how to fight against this, and I think our crew became one of the co-authors of the anti-aircraft drone concept.
Теж вдягнути.
А?
Теж мені вдягнути.
Ні, я маю на увазі, бо в мене ж там з вибухівкою робота. Тому...
Я ж поруч буду.
Ну, тоді так.
Camera operator never dies. Could you please explain the importance of the anti-aircraft drones and your work to our viewer?
У нас робота більш стратегічна і пов'язана
Our work is more strategic. By destroying a reconnaissance drone that might guide Landsets, loitering munitions, or precision-guided shells,
снаряди, які донаводяться,
we can save far more lives.
рятувати набагато більше життів.
The work of such units consists of several equally important elements. Radio-electronic intelligence identifies enemy targets in the sky, and the coordinated center oversees the process. Once an enemy drone is located, the crew goes on the hunt. An interceptor drone is launched, and as it approaches the target, it detonates at a close range.
1, 2, 3.
And this hunt is often fruitful.
Бала! Так, куди здесь гуляете? О, є, супер! А кукарача! Іди обніму.
Dogfights or aerial fights between fighter jets is sight and common in the Russian war in Ukraine, but I think you can definitely apply this term to drone battles. And today we have something special to show you. Take a look at this.
Мерлін, крута, велика.
The Merlin is a big, impressive piece of machinery. You can't mistake it for anything else. When you first see it, you think, what kind of UAV is that? It costs around $400,000. It conducts reconnaissance actively and flies very high. We shot it down at an altitude of about 3,600 meters.
Метрів, здається. Ні, це щось не ясно, поки що такому. Я думаю, що треба її бачити. Ну, щоб це було не наше. Це типу, що за суперкап? Акуна матата. Ми його взорвали. Ми його йобнули, але ми не знаємо, що.
So yeah, the Merlin, Russian experimental UAV, we are being told it is very expensive. It's pretty huge. From what I see, it has the internal combustion engine, so uses normal fuel. Right here, you can see the impact from the anti-aircraft drone. This is where it hit. Although these UAVs are very rare, the defense forces of Ukraine shut down a couple of them, and when they were taken apart, some Western components were found. According to Defense Express, there were some parts from France, Israel, but sure enough, there were some parts from China.
Забираю.
The Merlin drone shutdown is just one example of the constant aerial battle playing out over Ukraine. But behind every successful interception lies a meticulous process of development and production. Today we were granted a very special access to the Chaklun UAV production. It's a secret facility specialized in producing drones. For example, an anti-aircraft modification of Chaklun, which is designed to intercept air targets, like, for example, Russian reconnaissance UAVs.
Production has been running for over 2 years, starting as a small garage operation by a group of like-minded people. And now it has expanded to a large-scale enterprise.
Ну, дивіться, починали все з розвідки.
Initially, everything started with reconnaissance. After soldiers began receiving FPV drones, they asked us, why not make a strike UAV? We said, okay, and built it. It works against both ground and air targets. It has a forward-facing camera through which we can see and destroy targets, whether in the air or on the ground.
Following the classic Microsoft or Apple model, these people started in a garage. Today, their industrial capacity produces 300 drones per month.
Зараз технології йдуть вперед.
Technology is advancing rapidly. Drone warfare is escalating. Even infantry combat is less significant than drone warfare. That's how I see it.
After the production, but before going on combat, there's one more stage that the UAVs go through. We are at the workshop that belongs to Birds of Magyar unit, and here Chaklun UAVs go through final preparations before combat missions. A lot of research and development processes also take place right here.
Коли до нас приїжджає борт,
When we receive a UAV, we unpack, connect, and power it up. We also check the video quality from the UAV
яка приходить з борта,
to ensure there are no artifacts.
що в нас там немає ніяких артефактів. Далі налаштовуємо
Next, we set up telemetry
трію.
to ensure it's as effective as possible for us.
Для роботи протиповітряні цілі ми
For anti-aircraft missions, we use two types of payloads.
фугасний, тобто вибухів.
The first is purely explosive. Damage is dealt by a blast wave.
Це коли літак
When the aircraft approaches the target closely,
дуже близько, і ми
we ensure the explosion will take it out.
її рознесе вибуховою хвилею. Тут
This payload contains around half a kilogram of explosives.
можемо ми розробити інші
Can we develop other warheads for UAVs? Yes, we can.
Так як у нас
Our team includes engineers and designers,
конструкторів, ми можемо
so we can create a warhead for any specific task.
будь-яку задачу.
Моделька літачка, умовно, в якій вона стає, і там я
Here's a model of the aircraft showing the interior space.
відповідно змоделював,
I designed a projectile that fits well within the internal space
як найкраще відповідав би тому
and is rounded enough to distribute the damaging elements evenly.
рівномірно вражаючі елементи розділялися. А так тут
It's a process from idea to prototype. Designing, 3D printing, soldering, assembling, and testing.
All those efforts are not in vain. According to a recent research by Militarny, as of March 2025, the defense forces of Ukraine have shot down 2,517 aerial targets. The researcher created a map to visualize the scale. Even amid doubts over continued Western support, this result showcased the effectiveness of Ukrainian soldiers and developers.
Це бувало,
Sometimes we shoot down 2 or even 3 targets a day. Those are very high results.
в принципі,
Since we started working, and since anti-aircraft drones have been operating throughout Ukraine, the skies have become much clearer.
ми повинні і далі розвивати.
We need to continue developing fighter drones, reconnaissance UAVs, and anything else necessary because it feels like this war will go on for a long time. Even if it pauses, they will likely resume eventually.